It's not just business people and tech enthusiasts and international organisations or even the media who are packing out the halls behind me here at the MWC in Barcelona. There are also a lot of representatives from governments, countries that are keen to ensure that their citizens don't miss out on the economic and societal benefits that digitalisation can bring. Among the visiting dignitaries is the CEO of the government-owned Sarawak Digital Economy Corporation, Sudarnoto Osman. In 2017, Sarawak, Malaysia's largest state, announced plans to transform itself into a digital economy powerhouse, and it's been an early adopter of 5G. So I asked Mr. Osman how the digital mission was going.
In 2017, people talk about digital economy. What is it all about, So this is something that even the people are grasping. What are we going to do about digital economy? So alas, in actual fact, we started with e-wallets implementations. And of course, there's a big plan to how to close the digital gap in Sarawak. But of course, it hadn't been implemented back then. And of course, at that time, mostly the network was purely 3G network, 3G, 2G network. So there's a lot of gaps between the urban and rural, where the rural is mostly 2G network and 3G network, whereas in the urban, we have purely 4G network. So that's where, when you talk about internet, you really need at least 4G network to move forward. So this is something that the government of
That was a kind of base level requirement, isn't it, to get that?
Correct. Then again, things because the people were saying that, okay, why do we need to move into digital, right? Then COVID came in smack in 2020. And this really makes Sarawak, we are more or less ready with it because we have our wallet system, we have the way we monitor, we can actually check in, people when they want to dine in and so forth. So all the system was actually in place, in actual fact.
So it instantly showed the benefit.
Correct. So at the end of the day, then when COVID happens, then people realize what the premier was talking about, so the leader was talking about. So I think it was a blessing in disguise to a certain extent.
Yep.
And then, of course, that also propels the digitalization in Sarawak. So where we are now, 5 years later, I think we are quite advanced to a certain extent in the sense that we have been deploying a lot of network in the rural areas, where now in rural areas we have more 4G coverage comparatively.
And a lot of Sarawak is covered in forests, so there's a lot of rural areas across.
Correct. So it's a very tough thing to close all this digital gap because of the geographical and the population disparity. So these are the few things that it's actually some of the challenges that we face when we roll out the network.
And you mentioned as well digital talent and digital skills. There's obviously a digital skills gap. How are you trying to confront that challenge?
Okay. What we did was the Sarawak government that we set up the Digital Academy. And the Digital Academy, we put in a lot of elements to it, like AR, VR training centers. We also have Huawei training centers in that sense.
Good to hear.
So where they actually, we train people how to implement, how to install Huawei equipment and so forth. And these are the things that is happening in the digital economy. Apart from that, also we have IoT deployment, training centers, and we also have center of excellence in these areas where we bring in the universities to work with industries in this digital academy.
And just tell me, how will you measure, you talked about wanting to be a digital powerhouse. How will you measure whether you've achieved that powerhouse status?
Anything that we do, right, end of the day, it has to reflect to the well-being of the people themselves. So one of the few key measurements that we do, and the key measurement is actually tied to our post-COVID development strategy. And there are a few indicators that we want to do. Number one, basically, is the GDP. We want to double up our GDP from 140 billion to 280. Yeah, so we want to double it up. And then, of course, in household income, the well-being of people, right? So we need to triple it up by 2030. So these are the few major indicators that we want to do. And normally, it takes Sarawak at least 20 years to achieve doubling up the GDP. Because
so
we are
accelerating.
naturally traditional economy, which is depending on raw materials, right? But now, why we felt that we are confident enough we can implement in 7 years. We have 7 years to 2030. Is that because we felt that with digitalization, digital transformations, and adoption of digital technology and other technologies, will fast track the whole GDP growth. And these are the two major indicators. Of course, we also very particular about environmental sustainability. So these are the few areas that while you are busy doing improving your economic lifestyle, but you must ensure that you have environment in mind. You know. So these are the key areas that Sarawak is embarking on.
So basically, look out for Sarawak.
Yes, look out for Sarawak. Yeah, we are going to be there.